Welcome. I am Chris Harmon with WASP, and I am here with Adam. And we are here at Legacy Tattoo on 25th Street here in Ogden, Utah. Adam, thank you very much for joining us tonight for this live investigation. So tell us what's been going on here that brought us in.
Once in a while, we just have a few little things that'll happen throughout the day, or we'll come in and we'll notice things that might be missing, moved, stuff like that. Biggest thing that we've had is mainly just feelings. Like we don't know exactly what's going on. We just can feel there's some sort of energy here.
Okay.
And I think it's about time that we probably figure out what it is, to be honest with you.
So how much of the history do you know about this location?
Within reason. I mean, I know during I want to say the early 1900s, this side used to be whites, the south side used to be colored skin, and it was segregated, and so there was a lot of horrible background history to that, you know, of course. But this was pretty much the frontier of the Wild West. There was prostitution, there was robberies, there was even brothels, everything impossible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This was definitely one of the star places, especially in Utah.
So how long have you been with Legacy Tattoo?
About 3 years.
And how long have you guys been in this location?
They've been here for a couple years more than I've been here. I want to say
Okay.
about 5, maybe 6.
Okay. And how many employees would you say have had experiences in this building?
Without actually knowing, I mean, on the top of my head, I can at least count out 5.
Okay.
At least 5 that I've talked to or heard that there's been some occurrences. And I definitely do know, I have heard, as of recently, supposedly there was a policeman that was actually killed up in our newest second floor that we had just received.
Okay.
Don't know a whole lot except for something about a policeman and he was killed. I don't know if it was during a heist. I don't know if it was during anything else.
Awesome. So thank you very much for
Absolutely.
that information. So I also want to introduce you to one of our Legacy Tattoo people here. Thank you very much for sitting here with us. So what's been going on with you since you've joined?
You know, it's been a good amount here. I'm one of the people I'd say that are here later at night, you know. I stay about 30 minutes later than everybody else, so it's normal for me to lock up here. I've had a good interact with the kids running around here. I'm not sure how many there are, but there is a girl that seems to be taking a liking to me.
Okay.
She seems a bit playful, and we had an interaction where I'm not too sure if it was her, but I was walking through the corridor from our break room, and from there I had 2 space buns, right? I walk through, and one of them, I get yanked so hard that I just about fall to the floor.
If
right?
you don't mind, let's go walk over there. And I want you to kind of demonstrate kind of what happened to you. So it's this spot right over here you were mentioning to us earlier.
Yeah, so right here, we have 2 curtains that are normally hung,
Okay.
right? And everybody free walks right here, okay?
Okay.
I walk through, and it's about right here where I get snatched by one of my buns to the point where I just about fall on the floor. And the tattoo artist that we had over here, Red, at the moment, he kind of looked at me and he was like, "What happened?" You know, and I just kind of walked it off because I didn't think too much about it. And then after is when I started getting more interactions with the children, and that's what became really interesting to me. So
Okay, so the children, this is an interesting thing that you just brought up to our attention.
Yeah.
So we understand it happens upstairs. Would you hear them a whole lot more?
yes, for
And
sure.
where do they end up traveling, or where do they end up going, would you say?
So it's generally in our station and down this hallway is where I hear it.
Okay.
If you walk within our corner to that corner with the chairs right there, I will hear a kid crying, like a kid sobbing.
Okay.
And it's nothing I think too much about, just because we work with a lot of children here. And so I kind of thought it was just like a phantom type thing. until I started having this little girl who'd run across the hallways, up and down the stairs, and then she would come and whisper every time. So this has been recurring. It happens just about every night. It's really simple. I mean, it happened a few times while I was up there already.
Okay.
So I'm not too sure what her energy is about, but she's definitely taking, whether it be liking to me or interest. It's
Do they ever come down to this room right here?
a little boy, I'd say.
A little boy
This
will
is-
come to that
yeah.
room. Okay. Yeah, because we found that kind of interesting. We were walking in here.
And
Yeah.
this area is really interesting. Yeah, that's actually where I spend a good amount of the time, just because that's where I'm cleaning and things.
Mhm.
And from the perspective that I have, I can see into all of the mirrors. And sometimes you'll see a kid run across,
Okay.
or other times you'll see somebody standing right by where Miley is with the mailbox. You'll see somebody just standing right there.
With these children spirits, have you heard any names that have came from them?
No,
Okay.
outside of mine, no.
All right. Thank you so much for answering those questions.
Of course.
Looks like we've got some things to go on as well. And we also got another person we would like to speak to as well. So come on in. So you've been hearing about some experiences that have been happening here as well.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell some of your story of what's going on?
So, I'm Adam's wife, so he always will call me, hey, something's going on. You can normally feel a presence. They've recently started renting the upstairs, and that hasn't really been a possibility until recently, and it's gotten a little bit worse for Adam. He can feel things. He goes, I just feel like someone's watching me. I come in, you can feel a presence. I kind of guard myself a little bit higher because it's something familiar to me. We have had encounters with spirits on the street prior to this, to a shop down the street on the corner. Adam has actually come home feeling very off, like physically ill, really drained, and we believe it's because of one of the spirits that has kind of attached to him and taken a liking to him. It's a very volatile, chauvinistic energy, and you can feel it when he's here. It gets pretty intense sometimes, and randomly coming through the shop, like even today, goosebumps in certain places. It's just, you can feel that presence here. I know it affects my husband mostly. There are the children. So when we went to the experience we did down the street, like it was a ghost hunting experience. Adam mentioned we were first dating that behind my knees was ticklish, and so I always feel someone touching behind my knees at certain times. It doesn't ever feel scary. I think it is the children. I think they're, like Maddie said, there are girls. I believe they're twin girls, but and then there's a little boy, just a little boy, maybe 3 or 4 is my impression, and just playful. They do go away once more intimidating spirits come around, like Mr. Merriweather, the issue that Adam had with him. He doesn't like women at all. He's kind of a scary one.
I definitely have a bond.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring up the name because I've heard stories of what's happened to you after bringing them up,
Yeah.
and it's
And I'm fine with it. I really truthfully am. I'm okay with it. Sometimes it's a little hard for me outside of the idea, but because during the scenario that we're in, I'm 100% okay with it. Obviously, I'm not going to talk ill of him. That's not something I want to do. But I do like the idea of bringing him the attention that he probably wants, even though he may not, what's the best way to say it? He may not act with it, if that makes sense. He may not comply.
Mm-hmm.
He might want it, but he won't comply.
He'll just use an intimidating force.
Yeah,
It really hits.
he's
Adam
very
really hard.
intimidating. He likes the aggression.
Where would you say he is most active in this building?
If I had to guess in this building, in this very building, I would say upstairs. I've
Okay.
already felt him. 100%.
It's definitely gotten more prevalent since, like they were painting the other day. It's definitely gotten a lot more forceful since that's happened.
Yes,
I've already been attacked.
we've already got an attack.
I'm being attacked psychically up there.
Okay. So, note to self, You can't go up there by yourself anymore. I don't
Too
want-
bad, I already made that call.
You're-
I'm going
Let's
up
go
there.
ahead and show everyone where we have all the equipment and stuff
Yep,
set
let's
up.
go ahead and do that. So thank you guys for taking the time to sit down and talk to us. We really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and start talking about what we've got set up. So we're coming up here to what would have been the second floor originally, but has changed. So I'm gonna step over this. So to start off real quick, we have a piece of, you wanna go ahead and, behind the camera, you know a little more about the item underneath.
Okay, so what we do is, well, first of all, we have the audio recorder, and that's, or the piece of granite that we have underneath. It's supposedly a natural product, so we're trying to use that to help maybe charge the energies a little bit. We have an audio recorder right on top of it. That audio recorder is also connected to a microphone down here by that table, and then back where we were just talking. We also have a pipe and tobacco, and one of the other things, supposedly a spirit here also likes to play with marbles, so we have some antique hand-blown marbles. We also have a mirror and a camera set up towards that mirror to see if we can't catch anything reflecting off the mirror or something in the different plane.
Oh, yeah. Trigger objects are always good to have in a situation like this. We do have a trail cam that is point over this direction, which is going to the south end of Legacy. We just had an incident a few moments ago with not only an investigator, but Adam, our client, which
What's
was
that?
very scary. The part right here, right before the entrance up to the
Oh, yeah.
next floor, where you had problems with breathing,
Yeah.
feeling like something was choking you.
Yeah.
We had that incident, so we've got a trail cam right here to keep an eye on anything that is in that area that could manifest itself. All right, we got Rick walking by or taking a seat, and we've got Jake up here. He's taking a lot of photos and photography.
He's also the one that set up this investigation,
Yes.
so thank you again for setting this up.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
I've marked with gaff tape everywhere that the dowsing rod's crossed, and there's a bunch of places.
You wanna go up there and show us?
Yeah.
I also got a mention or two up there too.
Okay. Which is interesting. We just had some incidents happen.
We
out
have
this
a
way.
camera set up right here in the hallway as well.
Yep, we've got a security camera right there. We want to turn on the lights. All right.
So at the top of these stairs, I started feeling like something was trying to push me just a little bit. Standing right up here,
So right here,
right about there. So if you heard me stomping down the stairs really quickly, it's because I was trying to get a feeling.
and trying to see if there's any balance issues, which seems really firm. Does not seem like anything would cause it to shove them.
Yeah,
Should have brought my level, that looks like it actually slopes away from the stairs.
So anyway, McBride, show us what you got crossing.
We got this in here. Black and I both felt something strong, and it got stronger as we went in here. And he got attacked right here.
So what exactly happened?
He grabbed his head and dropped like that.
So I know he wants to be up here by himself at one point. I'm thinking no, because just for safety purposes, he's gonna get hurt really bad. We don't need that right now. Safety first. Okay.
I need to show an area.
Apparently, that's a stairway to what used to be apartments.
Yep.
Thank you for the information.
So this camera right here, we got another trail cam that is going straight down this hallway where we had some incidents when Jacob and I were here interviewing Adam and one of the managers, Sarah. And what ended up happening was the hair on my arm started sticking up and it felt like something was hitting his neck, Jacob's neck. And then earlier tonight, right before we started streaming, McBride felt something tug at his neck. And Chris Black was also not feeling well.
Chris,
right in this bathroom right
Yep.
here.
This is exactly where we had this incident.
This bathroom right
And
here.
the dowsing rod's crossed, I marked it before I knew about any of
I
that.
walked by it
Mhm.
earlier, you and I, Rick. I started getting this deep pressure at the bottom of my throat.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob does have a recorder sitting on the.
Yes. So, little history lesson about this upstairs. This used to be known as the Wyoming room back in the 1930s until about 1940, where police came in and pretty much took them out by shutting everything down for them to not do business anymore. There was a trial about it, and we've got a newspaper article about that as well, about what transpired.
I also got a hit on the dowsing rods in here, but I don't know if it's related to the server equipment or not.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and I'm already getting, you look to see, it was spiking over too, so we can debunk that as being this.
So we can pull that one.
So we got our first debunk with it being this.
Ricky, your recorder in the hall.
Yeah. So we do have one of the Zoom recorders, the super sensitive ones, set up in the middle of the hallway. And it has been running for,
30 minutes?
yeah. So that'll be an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, downstairs.
Yep, let's go back downstairs.
And it should have caught Black's reaction too, so we'll be able to hear it on that, I think.
Oh, yeah. And those were the only places that we had any, trying to make sure, after Jacob's incident.
So there is a dip right here.
Okay.
It's from right here to here, that slopes down.
Yeah, you can even
So
see
that
it.
does make you feel like you're being pushed forward.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And you can see a difference too. I can feel it, and Jacob felt it, and we're both wearing work boots. You're wearing tennis shoes and you didn't feel it. Work
Yeah.
boots, we have a heel.
What about my work boots?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my heel's higher, way higher.
Yeah, I think we can debunk that one.
I think so too. Very, very good. So we do got some other pieces of equipment over here. So we do have a video camera with an infrared light on top and built into the camera, and it's pointed down where Chris is at, and it just shut off. And I hit record, well, that's interesting, I had it recording. And it's plugged in, so battery power should have nothing to do with it,
Check your settings, it might be set to timeout after 5 minutes.
probably, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Something interesting did happen up here just a bit ago.
Okay, so what happened?
So the dowsing rods, when I came over here,
Mm-hmm.
kept pulling to the left. So I had Black come up here. I didn't tell him which direction they were pulling or anything. And I asked him if he felt anything. And he pointed to that. I don't know what that is. We got to ask Adam about it. I just know it's some kind of rock.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So we'll check the settings for sure. Yep, watch your head.
Maybe check myself out.
Mind your head. Actually, come back. There's one other thing I want to point out real quick. So one of the other stories that Adam told us is he had a bunch of pit drawings that he did. And he had them on command hooks. And one night the alarm system went off. Everything except this picture right here fell to the ground. And if you look at the walls, there should be no reason why a command hook would fall unless they were there for such a long time. The stickiness would no longer be there.
He said they were there for about 2 years, but it was everything but the pinup that fell off the wall. He said they all fell off at the same time. The alarm system went on. The manager sent him a text saying, "Hey, all your stuff just fell off the wall and set off the alarms." Everything but the pinup fell off the wall.
So
So there is a lot of mirrors in here.
Is there any mirrors facing into the mirror?
Not that I'm aware of. That would be a part of this. We got this one, and then across through. So what do you think? Are we ready to shut off some lights?
Yep.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Press the round button twice to go red.
Okay.
Where do we want to put this?
Put it up on that piece of granite.
Are we getting a little condensed up there?
Or put it up in the upstairs.
Did someone just smoke? I'm smelling cigarette smoke in the break room. Just want to make sure that no one
Yep.
has a cigarette.
I just smelled it too, but
I was just
three of us just did.
I was just.
You were just out there.
All right.
I had to take a break after being attacked up there.
You want to show us your rig, Chris? You're hearing next door, Chris. We all heard it.
Yeah.
Note that we
No,
do.
I've been hearing a little girl wailing, screaming.
And I heard it too earlier.
We do have an active bar next door, and it is Friday night, so we're gonna get a little pollution.
Mhm.
There goes Ricky. Okay, you want to go ahead and show us your rig, Chris?
Do what?
You want to show us what you're doing here?
So right now I just set my camera stuff down so that I can monitor the security camera, but got night vision Sony camera PX, which is a communication device that that spirits can use to talk to. Got it plugged into my recorder here, and I'm wearing headphones so that I can listen to EVPs as well as the PX completely live.
They record on separate channels, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got the recorder itself is the main recorder, and then from the PX is into one channel. So I'm recording two channels at the same time.
What you got, Chris?
And I've of course got the millimeter. This is where we check the milligauss if there's any electricity in the air that's not coming from an open source like plugs, lights. We will check for that, and also has temperature.
Cool. 70 degrees in here.
And right now it's 70. So why don't we go ahead and let's hit some lights. I'm not going to use the other term. Which one was it? It was
Just hit them all.
The little girl is going to get upset when the lights go off, just so you guys know.
perfect.
Yep. Yeah, she's very upset.
That is perfect. We will talk to her and try to calm her down.
Don't forget, Chris, we have the marbles set up upstairs next to the mirror.
And I did, remember the boy's name. His name was William.
William?
William.
Okay, Jacob, you're in charge here, so go lead the way.
You say we start from the top down.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna work our way.
Do you want to sit up here, or do you want to go upstairs?
You can come with us if you want to, but you are not required to.
Wow.
So one of the reasons why I just want to show real quick why I am checking this is just so if we get any spikes with the millimeter and this is on, we can debunk it as this item causing it to raise the milligauss up.
Can we turn that off? That works.
And then we'll,
Extra noise.
nope, that didn't do it.
There, that should work.
That should,
Okay,
sorry, I don't know.
upstairs we go. This is the time where we like to ask the audience if they have any questions that they want to have us ask while we're up here doing an EVP session. So if you put them in the chat while I'm watching here, I'll have them asking for you.
And Jacob does have, what do you got, Jacob?
I have a black light in my hand right now.
I think if there's incidents going on in here, I think we need to start in here.
This, the other room is where you had the dowsing rods.
It was in that one, it's Crystal Black Mark.
Okay, so Chris's PX is going off.
Let's go find out what's going on.
Okay, Adam, are you okay?
Caress your face. That one did caress your face.
Are you okay? Just breathe. Just breathe.
What'd your PX just say, Chris?
Went off with a bunch of random words. The only one that I was able to catch said friend. But when I was up here with McBride earlier, felt like someone was caressing my face.
It was in that room over there to the left.
That one with the black spot of the tape?
No, or yeah, I think we could take that one. One behind that column there.
We want to go ahead and start an EVP session?
Let's do an EVP session. So how this will work, since we have everybody upstairs, we'll have everybody mention their name. So that way, when the EVP session comes up and we hear a voice, we can recognize it if it's one of us, okay? So we will go ahead and get started.
I do want to make sure that we do one in there too, because that's where Chris, that's the only friendly encounter we've had so far, so we can caress Black's face.
Okay. Should we start in there then, guys? I say, let's start in there. I think that's a good spot. Sitting down here in the middle. And,
Just getting wherever you are.
okay, sounds good. Once everybody comes in, we'll go ahead and get started. All right.
Driving spots, Ricky.
So it is March 10th, 2023. We are on the second floor of Legacy Tattoo. I am Harmon.
McBride.
John.
Adam,
Miley. Maddie.
Black.
And Jacob.
We come in peace and come to speak to you about what's going on. To start off, can I get your name? And for recording purposes, you are going to hear music in the background.
Why are you the only friendly person that we've encountered so far? That's Black shifting position.
Is someone here that caressed my face earlier? As we were walking up the steps, someone was trying to talk to me through this device in my hand with the red blinking light. You can use this to talk to me again. What is your name? Did you work here?
We just heard a noise that was none of us, a slight popping sound. So let's mark that point in the recording. Can you touch this orange light that we have on the floor here? If you can touch it, we should be able to sense that you did.
And I want to point out for digital recording purposes, the lowest that it has dropped is 65.8 degrees and has gone up to 67.2 degrees.
But we do have a single pane window behind me here.
Looks like it's a little drafty too, from what I can see.
It is. I can feel it on my back.
Like open between you. Yeah, oh yeah, I can see skylight through it.
What if I were to offer a gift for you to speak to us? In my hand, I have 2 quarters.
4 bits.
I'm going to make an interesting note. It's sitting at 66.6 degrees.
And it
just
feels
tells us
hotter than hell to me.
Really? It's not heat coming off the wall. It is warm over here though.
Let me
The
bring,
wall is cold.
pick up the,
Let's see if it's a sensible temperature.
see,
67 is 2 degrees warm. Oh, it's going up still. Put the probe right on the wall.
Could be the heat pipes going through the wall right there.
That wall's cold.
Yeah, it goes down. Okay.
It's quite cold right here,
So it
just
is?
on this side of my body. And I've been feeling a breeze in my
you
ear.
want to hold that for a minute?
You are standing
Since
right
you
in
are
front of the
feeling
door.
it.
Yeah.
Hold on to that for a moment. Your gift, I'm going to sit right here. If you like, try to move them for us.
You want to flip them around? Give them heads up.
Yeah.
For recording purposes, Jacob is using a DSLR camera that is making some noise.
That's what that sound is.
We're back down to the same room temp over here.
Okay.
66.6, 66.7.
Okay. And you did mention there was like a cold draft over by you guys?
Yeah, I am by the door though, but it's only on this side.
And that door
Yeah.
goes to another room.
See if there's,
It just goes right.
it goes right to the next room.
Yeah, right,
Oh, that
that
is
front
cold.
entry just went off again.
You know what
That's
it
the
said?
room where the black was attacked.
You know what it said?
I think I said good. I'm not sure.
Temperature's going.
That's funny. Usually your PX says
Yeah,
suffer,
it's like
Chris.
To the other room.
What?
Usually your PX says suffer, Chris.
This is where you felt a cold draft.
It was on my ear mostly, to be honest with you, and just this part.
It's warmer.
The door she was standing in front of where she felt cold, the next room's actually warmer.
And as soon as you opened that door, I felt
My husband and I have encountered.
cold
in
blast.
another
So,
encounter.
I want to point out something.
He's a, from what I remember, and I could be wrong, he is a friendly spirit. He's not unkind.
The PX just said George Hyde.
I don't remember much about George. He wasn't really present because we were down where the tunnels were that go between these buildings in the basement area of the corner shop.
Wait a minute, George is the right name here?
Yes.
That's confirmation.
He was a drunk
Yeah.
and he died in the gutters.
George, are you friendly?
Well, what was funny is that PX just said 3 words. Good, George, hide.
And I want to point out, so if Adam and I stand right here, and right before Black said it heard high, he felt a presence right here.
Has anybody accidentally nudged this spike?
No.
I took a picture of it when I set it down, and I think it has moved.
Arm,
Yeah.
they are recording when they feel something on the
I
spot.
gotta get right over here.
You're only coming over here.
Picture in the exact same location.
I'm getting major goosebumps when I hear this.
Yeah, I am tearing up.
Other way. Yes, I don't know how to use my own phone.
That has moved.
It moved.
Holy crap.
Hey,
Nobody's bumped the spike.
What?
No one has bumped the spike.
And it's moved.
It's moved.
yeah.
100%
There's-
moved.
Before, when I first set it down, I set it down square with the tape.
Yes. They moved from the stairs over here.
What? Put your phone back up. Let's see. Go back to one of the photos.
That's supposed to be square with the tape. That's not square.
Nice.
The spike is too heavy for the little bit of seismic movement we have here to have moved it.
So you're feeling the presence right upstairs.
Paranormal.
It's right
0.2, 0.5, 0.3.
By the very far part of the
We got temperature going up. PX said
Our
paranormal.
guests are feeling something inside that room.
Let's go visit our guests, see what they're saying.
No.
Okay, let's go to the other room and see what they're
Did you
saying.
say it said metal or nail?
Said,
N-O.
Hey,
it may have said nail now thinking about it. It sounded like it said no.
Did you move the nail?
I marked it because the dowsing rod's crossed. Black was attacked right here. And now the spike has moved. We have 3 different events that have happened here in the last half hour.
There's definitely something
Can we go to the other room? Your PX didn't say anything?
here. Huh?
PX didn't say anything?
No.
No.
so,
Hey,
Wait,
does anyone have anything that's kind of like jingly, kind of like change?
I do.
I
She does.
Buddy's got
Come on, you guys know better.
I
Yeah.
changed.
I just needed to make sure because I heard something jingly over in the hallway by the
I
stairs.
wasn't moving.
It was
Nope,
before.
we're good.
No,
Adam,
it,
I'll take them.
it sounded like metallic jingling right over by the stairs.
Like,
Adam has wall of chain and stuff. And he was over there.
All right, so
so
that's
So that was.
we want to point out something that the young ladies mentioned, because they were noticing there was a presence sitting right over here, right at this point of the window. I am going to mention there is a little bit of a chill that's coming through because of the window, because you can see right there. there's a-
Silver.
Silver?
Said silver.
sober or silver?
I can't quite understand with all the talking. It was more sober. See, when I first came up here and I looked at the window, I got a feeling that someone either jumped or was pushed out of that window.
I will point out, so when they were at another building, there was a gentleman that did jump out of a third-story window that was a drunk, that was pretty much a loser. So it's interesting you bring that up. I don't think it was here, though. I think it was in another building.
Go ahead, Ricky. I want to see if we can catch something that's happening on that without the light. So, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
It's Miley.
Miley. So, Miley's eyes in my red light can get like right over my shoulder. See it from my POV. Actually reflect in this red light like an animal's do. And she's the only person I've seen that on. Keep her right there.
That's a fascinating thing.
And it's too dark in here for it to really show up on this camera.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I just got it. Wow.
You did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
He got
Well, you're in night vision. It happens anyway.
he got silver or silver in that other room. That's U.S. Constitution silver right there.
I keep getting little spikes up like 0.2, 0.3 milligas.
We are
I know we
also
don't
streaming.
typically make a note of it because it's like very hard to prove. But saying over here,
Oh, it's you.
I know we typically don't make a note of it, but it was incredibly bright. It was almost like someone had a flashlight that was just hovering.
Can we regroup and go down that hall?
Yeah.
Are you good with that?
What's that?
Want to regroup and go down that hall?
Yeah.
You good with
Just
it?
something, yeah, something is telling me there's something in that hallway looking at us, to be honest with you.
Setting up the security camera. If you guys heard me, I yelled, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
I saw something. It looked like a head looking around the corner.
Yeah, for some reason, that's what I feel like. There's something that's just trying to figure out what we are or what we're doing.
Adam, can I switch places?
It either said Chris or Wish.
Chris, go regroup everyone and we'll go down the hall.
You know what? If you want.
So, Adam, you said that the upstairs used to be a brothel, right?
Yeah.
The PX said whore.
Well, you know what else is really funny that I didn't get to say earlier? I have some drawings that I had along the wall down in my station, and I put a bunch of them up. And they were all different kind of images, just a bunch of different things that I've drawn. 2 weeks later, after I cleaned the areas, put some, I can't think of the thing, the
Command strips?
command strips, yeah, thank you. Command
Chris,
strips,
gather everyone. We're
cleaned
gonna
the
go down the hall.
alcohol, wiped it, made it clean. A couple weeks later, they fell and set the alarm off anywhere between 1 and 3 o'clock. I come in, 2.5 years to this very day, the only one that has survived is a pinup.
Is what?
It's a pinup. Out of all of my drawings, the pinup is the only one that has survived. I've never thought of that until a few weeks ago.
Yeah, they were always falling and
The only one that stays up is the pinup.
it's the alarm and it's so loud.
We're getting the highest spikes we've seen so far. We've had
106,
multiple
1.6.
experiences. It got up to 0.7. And I mean, there's nothing on in here. There's no source of electromagnetic energy.
In the street.
And it's constant, 0.5, 0.6, 0.8.
There's something in that one.
Which one?
That one.
This room?
I don't know what past it.
It's the women's room, right?
Yep. It is the ladies' room.
I like that. I like those signs. You had a piece of tape and this one to the left, if I remember.
But we debunked that as being the server equipment.
See the view that we have out here? We have Brewski's right next door.
Where he had no shape in his neck and back of his neck.
That's the crew.
I just restarted that recorder. It was right at an hour. That way, it'll break up the file.
Okay. Throw out the ventures off.
So, as I was walking over here, PX
Whoa.
window.
1.2.
I feel panicked right now.
That's what
0.9. 6. Is spiked.
I'd say the top that went through my head.
Nothing
and
on.
PX it is going on like crazy, and I wish I could.
And we have the electrical room right here.
We have a spike of 1.2, the highest we've had so far right here.
Okay. Well, if you also notice too, you've got these lights right here, we've already.
They're off.
Yeah.
There's no power.
The only thing you have power
Exactly.
to
And that's what I wanted to bring
is that
up.
emergency light right down there.
And we even put it up against that and I wasn't getting any spikes. That was like the first time we came over here for the interview. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, I'm just,
You said the women's room, right?
yeah.
Okay. Chris's and Ricky, let's go into the women's room.
I'm gonna see if the thing's still running.
That's a larger, right?
Yep, it is.
Okay. Make sure we can all fit.
Claypool,
Oh yeah, it's big enough.
come here at the door and document at the door.
I think it's 7 million.
I would not be surprised.
We're getting 0.2, 0.3, 0.5.
Will you do me a favor, Jacob, and keep taking pictures
Yeah,
where we're in here?
I gotta pull this up and I will take pictures. My, this thing was
What are we getting
fully
right now?
charged.
Back to
and
zero.
It lasted about
Yeah,
half an hour
2.6.
before it decided to kill itself.
There's nothing.
Should we do an EVP session in here?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. All right. It is March 10th, 2023. This is Harmon.
McBride.
Black.
John.
We're here in the women's room on the second floor.
We do have people talking in the hallway though.
And Jacob is taking pictures.
Jacob is taking pictures right there.
Camera does not like you, McBride.
Yeah.
It always goes, every time I point it on you, it goes blurry.
I bet you it's that red light.
There we go.
Let me turn off mine too.
0.7.
Do you like us being in this room?
What did this room used to be?
Hold on a second, we got whispering in the hallway again.
Guys, just a reminder, if you talk, please don't whisper, speak out loud so that we don't mistake it for an EVP.
Okay.
Is there anyone downstairs right now? I
No.
just heard a massive,
What did you hear?
I'm hearing crashing down.
Let's go downstairs.
Can't tell if it's someone next door opening a door, but it sounds right downstairs.
Is the back door locked?
Stretch.
Did you lock the back door, Black?
I believe I did.
Where's Adam?
2.3.
Where's Adam?
Okay, we just got a spike of
You
2.3.
okay, Adam?
Is there something on the stairs?
Oh, move up. No, move the camera up.
PX said male stairs.
It almost looked like for a second to figure some legs at the end of the stairs right there from what I saw.
Do you have a power cord for it?
Yeah, but I have another battery.
What I was gonna say, because of where it's sitting, I would recommend plugging it in since we got it sitting here for a while.
You know, you're clipping every time you snap that latch on this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this down a little bit.
Railing upstairs, and we can't control it, so it's getting interesting.
Two people over there talking, looking at stuff, probably trying to find out what that rock is.
You're right over there.
Girls and the Chris is over here.
So the
Second
girls
level.
are hearing a male screaming upstairs now.
It's more like wailing in pain. It's not really even like a screaming. It's a oh, like I don't know how. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to explain it.
Kind of alone.
Yeah,
Like
like
you
a
get punched in the gut. Like that's what it sounds like.
and I can hear the music next door. It is not the music next door.
Excuse me.
I can hear the music next door.
I can hear the music. This was totally different. It was twice.
So where's your dwelling upstairs? Now it's well. It's kind of hard to tell. You can hear it right next door.
Did you just say my name?
So definitely it's not. Chris.
What do you want?
I just heard Claypool call Chris's name, so you might have heard that.
You what?
I just heard Claypool call Chris's name, so you might have heard
No, the PX said Chris.
the mirror right there.
Next floor.
That's where I want to go. Do you want us to go downstairs?
That's from next door. You can plainly hear that he's shouting next door.
Do you want us to go downstairs or upstairs? I don't care about cattle. Were you a cattle driver? Do you want company?
Where's George? We're doing an impromptu EVP session.
So he
I'm
mentioned,
asking questions based on what the PX is saying.
so you mentioned you heard the word cattle.
Yeah.
What did you say?
My buddy brought a trigger object, which is an antique pair of shear blades.
Which you would use on cattle? I'm gonna sit right here.
It'll depend on whether you consider sheep cattle.
Right.
Touche.
They are just as tasty though, not more.
Touche.
Lamb chops.
Boil them, broil them, put them in a soup.
You guys want to smoke?
There's our B-roll.
Oh, that's live too. Okay, you guys want to smoke? Because we have a pipe there and we have some natural tobacco. Also some marbles. You can probably see it through the mirror. That red light is Claypool's, by the way, is on his head.
I'm just referencing a photo that I took earlier of the marbles to see if anything has moved.
He doesn't look like it to me, but
No, I don't think so.
again, that red light that keeps running across the brand is light. So.
Why did none of us think to bring whiskey? Or rum or something that they
Is
would
that
have been
out?
running in Prohibition?
We talked about it during the interview, but for some reason we just didn't. I could have brought my gimme.
Collective forgetfulness.
You gotta realize too, is it used to be a brothel. Women were not treated right back in that day. You gotta think about that for a minute, where all the things you guys are hearing and going through, that could be the men just didn't like the fact you were up there and they maybe wanted to do something because men back then.
Had freedom.
Yep.
I wanted to be in a corner. I needed to be like against the wall in a corner.
Yeah, and what's interesting though too, you gotta realize we're near 100-year difference from what happened then to now, how women are treated differently now.
We're way more than 100 years from when this is built, so.
Well, look back in 1930, 1940, when this used to be a brothel though,
I think that was
women were treated like
I think that was
garbage, plain and simple. And the way they were filling with the men's restroom, it was a very uncomfortable feeling.
Especially being a men's restroom.
Yeah.
You're not allowed in there basically being.
No.
We were right outside, like we were right outside of it.
And don't go in there, don't go in there, they're going to make you go in there, don't go in there, don't go in there, don't go in there, bad things happen in there. That immediately keeps playing through my mind, and to crouch down and protect, like I was having a hard time not crouching down.
You know what? I wanna go back upstairs to that bathroom and I wanna do an AVP session.
When the bar downstairs is closed.
Yep.
When the bar closes.
Yep.
When do they close up?
That's calls one.
What?
Last call's one, they normally clear everybody out by 2.
So right now we have two conversations going on at once. We have one over here and we've got one over here.
I feel much better right here. Much better. What? She's feeling the need to go into the
Left or
waiting
right?
room.
Left.
The cleaning room's right down there where the kids are. I honestly
Right
feel
out
like
here?
those are the brothel children. Like the one that we had.
Might be related. There is a digital picture frame right here.
Are you getting a spot in the IR?
There is also
But it wasn't. I wasn't seeing it in the camera. I was seeing it with my naked eye.
there's also a battery right here with the green light on it.
Yeah, no, it was a black mass.
You guys,
Ricky, turn around, go the other way. He just got east. Yep, east, other side of the island.
It's right here. It is right here.
Is there also pictures of tattoos? Don't see any faces.
It's right here.
No, you got it on the PX.
It's kind of a little milder now, but it's right.
It was like a pass.
It
It was a pass.
Said east, is this where you want me to
There's
be?
no vents. Right here.
no, there is not. And your closest fan is shut off.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And there's no vents, no ceiling vents, no
Come on,
ground
talk to
vents.
us again, tell me what
Closest
you
one's
want.
over there.
That's me behind you.
I just got a spike 1.3.
That's the kids.
1.3 on that?
Right here.
Yep, and then right back down to 0.
Right here. Feel right here.
Can you touch Rick?
Oh my
Do
gosh.
you feel this?
Yeah,
Right here.
there is some serious cold air.
we've got a cold spot right here, guys.
There's no vent underneath, I know
I
that.
step back, you can move over if you need to.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Oh my gosh.
It's almost starting to
Whoa.
It dissipates.
yeah,
It
it's starting to
dissipates and
dissipate.
comes back. But there's no vents, there's no fans,
There's
there's
no-
nothing.
And right here.
Right here.
Right where I am, like my wrist right here,
Oh my
is
gosh.
freezing.
See, is there anything that would
Right
cause
here.
that?
Yeah, there's a vent right there,
I
and there's a
thought
fan.
maybe it would be heat from the ATM that can air rise and fall. ATM's no warmer than the
Right
rest
here.
of the
We got
room.
a vent right here, but I'm not seeing that go this direction the way that
No.
It's getting like
It does.
intense. It's all over my wrist right here.
There's no fan
That
at
vent
all.
goes right
And
there.
it's
Did
on my
anybody
knees
open
now.
these doors?
Hold on, guys, we may.
No, nobody touched these doors.
I personally closed them when I put these beads in before we went upstairs.
And it could go more up too.
It's not strong enough.
Did you open
It's
this,
not strong
Maddie?
enough, okay?
No.
There's no way. The only thing I can feel
I
is air
closed
from
it
the
when I
ceiling.
put the bracelets
Can you
back.
hit that to see exactly the angle that it might be?
Oh. I think I know what it is. Anybody got a piece of paper or something? Something
We can
really
get
light?
you.
That fan, I'm assuming.
That fan is.
Oh, I didn't even see
Yeah,
the
the
fan.
fans
go
are-
on.
Fans on. Okay.
Fans are on.
The fans
That
off.
fan's flowing down here
Could you go ahead and turn the lights on too?
and over this way.
Turn the lights on.
Yep.
It just said electric.
Okay.
Okay,
Glad
folks,
we caught that. Thank you, Rick.
can we go downstairs? We're gonna go ahead and wrap up here.
Feels good under here.
I bet. So, just to wrap up, we have a vent and some fans going on, which might
It is.
Might have caused that, yeah.
create the issues right there.
Feel it as you fall.
Time to rise up.
Yeah, if I had a piece of paper or something, you know.
I can get you a piece of paper.
And I can demonstrate.
Okay. Eyeballs.
Better debunk everything that we possibly can, right?
Yep.
I can feel the air moving right here.
It's super cool right here.
Oh, yeah, you can feel that.
I think it might just be bored because it's one floor that's building too.
Yeah, that's okay. So,
Just gonna huddle in fans.
I'm old, so.
We've got convection going on.
I'm thinking that one you got your, maybe, yeah, that one. That was it. I think.
After a couple years, I'm still learning.
That's a return, so that makes sense. So we got a fan blowing a downdraft here, and we've got a return over there.
So
So it's pulling it.
HVAC guy.
something just tugged on my shirt as I went to go look. Pierre said me.
One of the children? One of the children?
Sounds like it.
speaking of which, she's been having a filling to come in here. One of our spots that we've been wanting to come into.
I feel much better now that we're not upstairs.
Because if I recall, this is where McBride had the dowsing rods and they were crossing. I was having some type of issue with my eyes, and even Black was feeling something where they were feeling the hair on
Of
their
course.
eyes.
We've got a microphone set up in here too, so it's all recording on that recorder that's upstairs.
So are you feeling their presence in here?
This is comfortable for me. This is where she is.
Is she happy the lights are back on?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Stop playing with your nipples.
Hey,
Like this feels comfortable. Like it's not, this is where she is majority of the time.
they just start to scream again.
I feel calm right now.
Okay.
It's like night and day from downstairs to upstairs.
Upstairs, I was scared.
Upstairs,
Even
even
on
on
the second.
Yeah.
Anything that's down here is.
I feel okay right here, but
Okay.
the closer we get over there is pretty bad.
So,
We're gonna go ahead and wrap up.
yep. So to our viewers real quick, we want to thank you guys for watching this live stream and taking the time to spend with us here. I want to thank Adam's wife, and one of our workers here at Legacy Tattoo for being here with us during this investigation. We've had some interesting things happen. We were able to debunk a couple of things as well, which is really nice, but it's only beginning because we've still got more to do.
Adam, do you want to go ahead and tell us your hours and where you're located and whatnot?
Yeah, our hours generally 10 till when we close up. Generally, that's like 9, 8, 9, 10. It just kind of depends on our artists and piercers.
As far as our location, we're here on 25th Street in Ogden. I believe it's 236 25th Street, I believe.
I believe that's correct.
I think that's right.
Awesome.
You're 5, 6, 7 days a week.
Six.
6, sometimes even 7. Again, Mondays are finicky, but yeah, Monday through Saturday.
They can always call and see if you're open.
Yep. Always call us. We're happy to help. We've got plenty of business here to keep people going. So,
Yep, even Rick's had family come here
And give a testimonial. My wife came and got her septum pierced here by bear, and even with some anxiety and stuff that she has, he made her feel perfectly comfortable and like it was nothing.
yeah, we have quite a crew here. If I'm right, I think we have 17 artists and like 3 or 4 piercers in all together. 2 piercers, 2 apprentices. So we're
Okay.
quite a crew.
Once again,
My name is Chris Harmon.
Ricky McBride?
Jacob Claypool.
Chris Black.
and behind the camera is John.
Miley. Maddie.
Adam.
All right, thank you guys for joining the live stream. We'll see you in the next one.
Catch you guys on the flip side.